across to breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Modi has spoken to Air India CEO Wilson Campbell. Prime Minister Modi, who met with airline officials and airport authorities to understand the situation and what exactly could have gone wrong. Besides that, how the probe now continues and what the plan of action is. We're getting you those pictures on your screens. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in that very, very important meeting with Air India officials. This happened in Ahmedabad while he was there to take stock of the situation. He was also briefed by Air India CEO Campbell Wilson on what the plan of action is. How exactly is Air India now going to take forward as far as crucial evidence is being recovered and the probe that will follow. Karishma joining us on the phone line with further details of what was discussed as a part of this meeting. Karishma.
Well, yes, Prime Minister Modi had a meeting with the Air India CEO Campbell Wilson. Let's not forget that he was in a flight to Paris yesterday for the Paris Air People Show, and he had to clearly, evidently come back for obvious reasons because of this devastating situation. Sources have told us that Air India officials, airport authorities and even officials from Tata Group were present in this meeting. The meeting discussed of the action plan that Air India had taken immediately and the investigation that is cooperating with, in touch also with DGCA and the foreign counterparts who have been on way now to India in order to assist the investigation that Indian government is already leading with Ministry of Civil Aviation. A devastating situation, but currently the focus of the airline is not just to help the victims' families and to provide all kinds of external support, but to also ensure that there is to help the families in finding their counterparts via the evidence.
All right, Karishma, many thanks for getting us those details. All right, those are the pictures on your screens. Prime Minister Narendra Modi taking stock of the situation. He was on the ground meeting with all the officials, but most importantly, that meeting with the aviation officials and Air India personnel who briefed him on what the plan of action is.
Flight AI-171 was carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew members on board. Of the passengers, 169 are Indian nationals, 53 are British nationals, there are 7 Portuguese nationals, and 1 Canadian national. The injured passengers have been taken by local authorities to the nearest hospitals. We are actively working with the authorities on all emergency response efforts. A special team of caregivers from Air India is on their way to Ahmedabad to provide additional support. The investigations will take time, but anything we can do now, we are doing.
And that was the statement that was released by Air India CEO Wilson Campbell, who, remember, had his flight turned back after the tragedy was reported to him. And Air India that is looking into every detail now of what needs to be done. This as Prime Minister Narendra Modi took stock of the situation. He was in Ahmedabad and he had also been briefed by Air India officials on the scale of the devastation, on the recovery of crucial evidence and the black box, most importantly, that will lead the team to understand what exactly caused that air crash.